What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus Two Shots Dominguez, and with me, as always, is Chris, the Stats Man Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Chris.
Hey. There are 1,230 wins to have been won this season, and we're about to figure out who gets those wins.
Yes. He's over. He's under. It's the Lon Bostrom McCroskey. Get that, Joe.
Does that mean I'm a top and bottom?
I don't know where they went. That just came to the mind.
Keep going with it.
You keep going with it? No, you feel free.
He's over and he's under. Okay.
That works. I'm here. I'm here, guys. He's in the couch in the corner, but he's here. All right, boys. We are doing the Western Conference over-unders, and we're excited about it. So Chris has got his picks. He's ready to go, and he's going to lead us through this. Chris, let's just get started, man.
Let's just get started. We got the number one over-under team in the West. The Oklahoma City Thunder sit at 56.5 wins. Last year, they were at 44.5, obliterated that for 57 wins. I went under last year. My mistake. I have decided to go over this year with this team at 60 wins. They've signed Isaiah Hartenstein. Steen? Do we confirmed?
Confirmed?
And then obviously Alex Caruso, our beloved, is now on this team. This team has not only improved from within, but also from without. So I'm really liking this over.
Wow, that's deep.
It's just deep. They're over. They're under. They are the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They've improved within and without.
That kind of worked out there. Oh, fun night. Give me. You know what? I don't want to take the same numbers. I'm going to get a little excited. Give me 62. I think they're going to be over as well.
Damn it.
I know we're all going to be kind of close on this. I feel like. Yeah, this feels way too high, but I don't care.
It doesn't. Does it though? Like 56.5. They won 57 last year. They got better.
Yeah.
I guess the West maybe got a little better, but I'll be slightly different. Give me 61, but it's definitely over.
Yeah. No, this feels like over.
Locking? You said definitely over. Hang on a second here.
Well, are we locking the number?
It's definitely over, but I'm not ready to lock here. It's still a big win total. I mean,
is it too early to lock?
It's too early to lock in the rounds.
Okay.
All right.
The Minnesota Timber Pups are 52.5. This might have adjusted. Again,
I would say, is this an old number here?
What do you think the number is now? 51.5, 53? I probably didn't change, right? Can someone look that up? Well,
I feel like you probably didn't change. I'll look it up. Yeah.
I feel like if anything, I feel like it went down maybe one, like 51.5. That feels like what would happen.
Yeah, right.
Uncertainty.
Or just a half a point to 52. Everything's a half.
Everything's half. So
I don't know. And this is through FanDuel. I think I did these over-unders. Anyways.
I'm really nervous about picking the Timberwolves right now.
Last year, they were 44.5. They got 56. That was one of my locks last year as an over. I said 51. They obliterated my pick. You guys both went under. Shame.
Oh, wow. Shame
on you two. This year, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this team. I did watch a preseason game a little bit of Terrence Shannon Jr. had a pretty nasty dunk.
I think I saw that.
Rob Dillingham looked all right. So, and they've got a lot of depth. Dante DiVincenzo, I forgot how many. Do you have like 12 points in the first quarter? Went 4 for 4 from 3. That would be So he's awesome. I'm excited for this team. I think they're a great regular season team, and I got 55. Is my win.
55.
The line is still 52.5 according to
did not change
Google search.
Okay.
A lot of
according
trust
to Google.
According to Google's. I'm having a tough night with Google, so
Here, Chrome.
We're on edge right now. We're on edge. So, you know what? Give me a slight over. Give me 53. I think this is also going to be over, but I don't know how much here.
Is there a meshing period?
Yeah, that's what I feel like there's going to be. Maybe something.
Do they slightly struggle out the gate? Maybe lose some games they should win? Chris is scowling.
Sorry.
It's just his face.
There's like the sun hit my eye. Weird.
I didn't know it was still sunny up there.
Or the lights, whatever brightness can hit you.
Wild. Let's give him the under at 52.
Okay.
Just
the slightest of unders.
The slightest of unders.
I'm wild, man.
Speaking of slightest of unders, actually I don't know why I said that. That's a bad transition. But the Denver Nuggets are at 51.5. Last year they were 52.
The over.
They lost Condavious Caldwell-Pope. They're looking from some growth from within with Christian Braun, Julian Strother. They brought in Russell Man Muscle Westbrook.
No, he's worth like 4 losses.
On paper, they're worse, right? This team is worse. But it's also Nikola Jokic. He's back to his job. And I think they're still going to be good. But with all that said, 51.5 is a tall number. There's a lot of competition in the West. And I just went 51. So I went slightest of
unders. That was the perfect transition.
Yes, just get it. Yeah.
Just to bring it full circle. Give me the slightest of overs. Give me 52. This is a weird number for me, but
Chris said they grew some from within, but have they grown some from without? I guess Russell Westbrook would be the some from without. Since the Timberwolves have got to be a little under, let's say the Nuggets are going to be a little over this year, but they're going to be over by a little bit more, 54.
Wow. If you hate your job at basketball, how many wins is that worth? Because I feel like it's worth at least 4 wins from Jokic. The fact that he just hates it.
That's worth wins.
He doesn't hate it.
I don't know why he hates it.
I don't think he likes talking to the media.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if you
think he legitimately just hates,
I think he just hates
it.
He's just like, I have
one
to
guy
come in
who
and
hates
do
it,
this.
and then one guy who really loves it in Westbrook. What does that do for you? Does that mean Jamal Murray's the tiebreaker?
That's a good balance.
It's a good balance. It's a new balance of Jamal Murray.
Oh, that's
well
guys.
done.
That's good.
All right, I think we.
That's where we can move on from there.
Let's leave it there.
The Dallas Mavericks, the reigning Western Conference champion, Dallas Mavericks, 50.5. Last year they're 44.5. Obviously, they added Klay Thompson in this offseason. Derek Lively is looking even livelier this preseason, being now a sophomore in the league. I like the Mavs this year. Last year I did not. But I am going 50, so it's 50.5. I am going 52. I like this team slightly more than the Nuggets.
I feel like I keep doing this, but just give me another slight under. I want to go farther under, but just give me 50. I don't know. I don't like the Mavs. I don't like them.
Do share why?
I can't explain why.
Tell me why.
I just don't like them. I feel like they were exposed a little bit in the finals last year. I thought they got there because they had a good matchup against Minnesota. I don't think they were a better team. I don't like them.
I agree. I think they did get exposed. I also think Klay Thompson is done. I think it's over. I think that's going to go down as a really, really bad deal for them. Derek Jones Jr. is gone too. So lost some lengthy defensive prowess. I'm with Titus. I think it's under. I think it's more under than 50. They won 50 last year with that team. I think they stayed the same, but slightly got worse. I think Clay is gonna gum them up a little bit. Give me 48. I don't like Clay.
Right.
I don't like him.
I like him.
I don't like him.
You're not a Clay guy. Yeah. He did have a quote that was little. I don't know how you feel about this quote. He said that last year he shot 30% from 3, and he's not going to say that was a bad season. That's still a good season. And it's like, yeah, by like normal people standards, but you're not normal.
Yeah,
you're a superhuman, man.
Like Vucevic or like some dude who like isn't known for it, right? Like you're not considered the splash bro. Like
the second best shooter of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
I don't know.
You're not wrong.
The Phoenix Suns, are they the villains of the league now? This Phoenix Suns, if they were good, I think they'd be considered the villains, maybe. But since they're not good,
no, the Lakers are still the villains.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's been well documented on this program, that we do not like them here at the Box Out Boys. You can have them all-star team.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal was on a podcast. I'm not sure which one. All the Smoke.
All the Smoke.
I don't know. Was it All the Smoke he was on? I don't know.
Probably. Or the one with who's the guy from Atlanta that's on all the podcasts now?
Oh, Teague? No, it wasn't.
Teague,
I like
yeah.
Teague. Jeff Teague's the best. But it wasn't his. I don't think it was everything. But Bradley Beal was on there saying like, "Hey, if I played every game last year, we would have been the 1 seed." And and then who knows? Like, we just went. He didn't say they ran to the wrong matchup. Someone else said that. He kind of agreed with it, but he wouldn't, because he's a competitor. He can't agree with it. I don't like this team. Durant's another year older. Booker is another year being Booker, and Beal's not going to play more than 55 games, right? Is this guy going to play 70, 65 games? I can't see that. And for that reason, I went low on this at 42. Also to mention, they won. How many games did they win last year? They were the top over-under team last year. They won 49 last year. I'm thinking 42.
Ooh, big regression.
Yeah.
We all went over. I went slightly under last year. And so, never mind. All right. We were all pretty much there last year.
We're there. I don't like this team either, but I feel like they're going to win regular season games. Give me 49 again. They're going to win 49 games again. That's just what they are. They're like that upper 40s team. Durant's enough for that. Booker's still decent. Beal's not going to play, but they're gonna win 48 games somehow.
Who else do they have? They still have Grayson Allen.
He might be there.
Yeah, he's on that 4-year contract.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nurk is still there too, so they have some continuity going on.
Pieces.
Team.
They got guys.
They
got guys who belong on teams.
Yeah,
you belong.
I feel like there's 2 or 3 more teams coming up that are going to have some better luck or better seasons than them. For that reason, I'm going to go under. I'm not as sour on it as Chris, but 46.
Okay.
It's like a slightly better than 500 team. Like that seems.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's kind of where they're at.
All right, the Memphis Grizzlies, 47.5. Last year, they're at 45.5 for the win total. They won 27. Titus had this as a lock over last year. Did not work out.
Tough one.
Obviously, John Morant was serving a 25-game suspension and then got hurt. This year, he is back. Everybody, by everybody, I mean, I listened to Simmons.
Everybody's on him.
Zach Lowe back before he could, speak until hopefully he can talk again soon. I don't know how that works with, firings. Yeah. Or let goes, but everyone's on the Grizzlies, and I think people are overthinking. I love Zach Edey. I love this team. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I saw he had a good moment in preseason game 2, and it pains me. But Marcus Smart. I don't know what he's going to do with this team. I think he could maybe. Jaren Jackson Jr. has been too healthy lately. I think he's going to get hurt again. Desmond Bane. We saw his limitations last year. He's a good complementary piece. And Ja's back, but I think we're asking a lot. People are even considering MVP discussion already for Ja because it's such a long shot. But I went under at 42. I think they're going to be just in line with the Suns this year. Considering
it's pretty low.
That's still a 15-game win, but it's still
but
it's not where they were.
I think they're a good team. I think this team is going to be scarier in the playoffs than they are in the regular season. So give me 46, a slight under. I think it's going to take some time.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some time to get it going. But I have more faith in them come like the end of the year playoff time. I think that's when they're going to kick it into gear.
Curious to see how the rest of your total shake out if 46 actually gets you in.
Oh yeah.
So Josh sprained his ankle yesterday or the day before on a non-contact play. Mild ankle sprain MRI showed, but he was literally running down the court on defense and just rolled it right over.
You said Ja, right? I thought you said Josh.
Yeah. Sorry, okay. Ja. Well,
Ja.
I mean,
Josh
could be Josh.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about them. Chris.
Oh, the ball hit his ankle, right?
Oh, did it?
I think that's what it was.
It rolled his ankle on a was it like a bounce pass or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Just curious.
Yeah,
we'll have to test how that works. I'll start running. You guys can throw bounce passes at my ankle and see what happens.
Take out his ankles.
42 seems aggressive. 46 seems not nearly aggressive enough.
All right. Flip the D.
So screw it. Give me the over. Give me 48.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought you both would be going over here. Okay, I thought you were going to say 44 considering. Anyways.
I have no faith,
like
but for some
48.
reason I could see them stumbling into something here. I don't know why. Just
because of Edie, right? You like the big
Yes, it's definitely because of Edie.
7'4", 300-pound behemoth of a man.
John's got enough to will them to like 4 or 5 wins in a season that they shouldn't have any business winning, but he'll manage to do something with it. I think they're less scary in the playoffs than they are in the regular season. I think they've been out of the playoffs for too long. I think that like one season is too far removed.
It's been too long.
John's got that dog in him, man. He'll be
shit.
ready. John's got that dog in him.
Got that
All right. Well, you went under, Titus. So
under for the regular season.
Okay.
They're going to the conference
Oh,
finals,
they're a dark
baby.
horse. Oh,
Dark horse.
Sacramento Kings.
Lakers, Memphis.
46.5. What? That is tough. Okay. Sacramento Kings 46.5. Last year they were 44.5. They won 46. They added DeMar DeRozan, Malik Monk. If they had stayed healthy, Malik Monk would have been 6th man of the year. That quite the sound for DeMar there. I've been watching Starting Five. I watched a lot of it today. It's awesome. It's a good background show to have on while doing other things. Demonis I think you guys will like him. Let me know if I actually really like his storyline. And for that, I was under on this team, but then I was looking through these today, and after watching the show, I had to go over. I love Sabonis too much.
The Sabonis bump.
The Sabonis bump. DeMar he's a high floor guy, right? Yep. Everywhere he goes, even though I still don't feel good about him on this team, but just something tells me they're going to win games, and it's going to be like 128 to 124, 10 times, and they win. So 48.
I don't disagree with you guys so far. High floor guy, DeMar. But let me see here. Give me the under. 44. They're just going to be that mid. They're going to be real mid, I think. DeMar makes you mid. I've seen it.
I was listening to No Dunks today, and they were talking about the Kings. That's a bonus. Is now been practicing shooting 3-pointers all off season.
Mm-hmm.
And Tass's comment was, "Oh yeah, well you got to space the floor out for DeMar to get those mid-range jumpers in," and it was great.
We've seen the shooting big man.
Yeah,
with DeMar's look.
Yeah, hey, we can make some bonus Vooch and then make him useless, and DeMar will be the king of the fourth. And so I don't know. This
beam
team
for you.
This team does not excite me. I think they got worse. I think this is.
They're weird because I feel like I should be taking the over here, and I should be going they're better. I can't in good faith do that.
But like, why are they better? Like what's the thing that they've done that you're like, wow, that was like a step in the right direction?
I mean,
they were good. They were very competitive last year before
and they added like an all-star level guy in DeMar.
Yeah.
I think like on paper, when you look at their 5, whenever I've seen their 5 listed out, the starting 5, I'm like, that's a good, solid starting 5. I like it, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be exciting.
It's a solid starting 5.
Well, their defense is really underwhelming. I mean, I think DeMar, is the 4. I'm not sure exactly. Keegan Murray, I guess, is the 4.
Yeah, Keegan Murray's going to be the 4.
But DeMar, so it's still just not a lot of defense, and that's what really concerns me. But there's just so much off. Keon Ellis is a name that I kept hearing on the low post all year, and apparently he's like a good defensive guy. Maybe he's going to take a step up. I think that's a lot of.
I heard his name bandied about.
I heard the name. Yeah,
I think they're going to struggle.
I
think it's a 42-win team.
Oh wow.
All right.
I almost went 42, but I was like, I think they're too good for that.
Well, why'd you give me an oh wow?
Because you went with what I thought. You went with what I thought. I was excited. I'm like, wow. All right, he's doing it.
All right. The New Orleans Pelicans, 45.5 last year. They're 44.5. They won 49. We all went under last year. Joey went lock under last year. We were dead wrong about this team.
Zion played
70 games. And then he got injured first game of the playoffs,
right?
In the play-in. I don't know. Yeah. The guy is listed at 284 pounds. I at one point know what that feels like. It doesn't feel good. you can't be that heavy playing 70 basketball games and expect to do anything in the playoffs. So I don't expect Zion to really stay healthy a lot this season. DeJounte Murray on this team is fine. Is he just a net zero, empty stats kind of guy? That's what he's been like in San Antonio and Atlanta. So
it's like DeMar.
Expect more of the same. They can't trade Brandon Ingram. They're in a similar situation as the Bulls not being able to trade Levine. They just have zero value. Trey Murphy's already hurt. And but I like Herb Jones. I like Jose Alvarado. McCollum's still competent. They got a lot of guys on this team. I'm sounding positive in here. I shouldn't be because I'm an under lock. This is my lock under for this team. I do not like them.
Wow.
36.
This was a pick to make the math work, I think. 36. Jeez.
Math pick.
You have two really, really deep.
Wow, that's
here. Right?
What's my other deep?
Oh, I guess.
Well, you got to go deep. You got to go deep somewhere. When you look at this, like last year, Rockets were 31.5. We'll get to them. They won 41. There are 10-game jumps. Utah Jazz. Actually, not Utah, but it happens. You got to take some.
You got to take some swings. You can't just be soft unders the whole way through. Give me 47 wins. This team's going to be solid. I don't know why. I just think they're going to.
You're like my kids when I read them a story. They don't listen to anything I just said. Like,
I heard everything you said, and I was like, I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. Nope, like they're going to be fine. Zion's going to play, and I agree with you 100%. They're going to flame out in the playoffs horribly. This is not going to be good, but I feel like they're going to be a scrappy, feisty team in the regular season, and they're going to put up 47 wins. Well, they had 49 last year.
49.
They were high last year. Yeah,
they'll be fine.
I think we're going to see a Zach LaVine for Brandon Ingram trade straight up. That's worth,
God.
That's worth the same amount of wins as they had last year.
I think Ingram wants a new contract, right? I think that's the issue too.
The Bulls are the perfect place to give it to them. They love to give new contracts to people who don't deserve them. I'm kind of with Titus.
Yeah,
Zion looks like he's in better shape. I know he's listed at whatever you said, but
beefy.
He looked pretty good in the offseason. He looked about as good as Ben Simmons' jumper. So
that looked good. We all know that.
It did look good.
That's a sus comp.
Good.
That's a great comp.
Give me the over. Give me a 48 over.
Yeah, this is. Oh, you know what? Lock me in. Lock me in over.
I was just to say.
Lock me in over.
You guys want to lock in too?
Yeah, I want to lock in.
Are we all in on the Pelicans this year?
We're all in on the Pelicans.
I was not expecting this.
Because yours is so far off. I feel like yours is so far off that it just feels like a good bet. Like I'm just feeding you. So
wow. Okay.
This will be a fun.
So the Pelicans are the team to watch this year.
Yeah.
For us, for nobody else.
I'll be watching the standings. I'm not going to be watching any games.
Yeah,
they got Jose Alvarado.
Ugh.
What do you mean? That's your guy. Hide in the corner.
Just because he's Mexican, he's not my guy.
Okay, easy. That is not what I meant. I feel like I could.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that seems like something you would find entertaining in a basketball game.
It's funny. It was funny the first time.
Okay, fair.
After a while, I was like, come on, man. Grow up.
All right. The Los Angeles Lakers are 43.5. Last year, they were 47.5 and went slightly under at 47. We all said over, and we were wrong. This year they brought the same team back. D'Angelo Russell could not. Did he re-sign with them?
D'Angelo?
Yeah, did he re-sign? I forget. Or he's on the contract.
He's on a contract here.
He's still on a contract. Gabe only played 11 games last year, formerly known as Gabe Vincent. So he maybe he'll play better for them. I was not going to mention Ronnie's there. JJ's the head coach. JJ's. I don't know.
Got his whiteboard.
Did you guys listen to JJ on the on Zach Lowe's last podcast?
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
What was your take? How did you feel about him on there?
Man, he's giving me like real Missoula vibes. He seems like a wild man. He seems like a wild man. Like he's
out of his asshole, man.
I think some of the stuff he does is kind of goofy, man. But I like it.
I see that a little bit, but I think I see the other side too, where he doesn't know how to answer like an easy question.
That's what it is. That's what it is too.
That's what it is. Okay. So it is like kind of both parts of it because there's like a question like, is he not friends with Doc Rivers? Are him and Doc not cool? Because there was a question where Lowe asked him, Doc's like, oh, now JJ can see how hard it is on this side. It's like a tongue in cheek kind of thing, and JJ took it like,
took it like, yeah.
I think he hates Doc Rivers.
I don't think they're friends, right? That made me think, let's not be friends.
I'm pretty sure something happened because he was ripping on him when he was an analyst for ESPN. And then I think like Paul Pierce and all those guys started like coming after him for it.
Did he play for him though?
Yeah, he did. But
yeah, like he knows.
Yeah, in LA, but
LA
something happened.
And Philly maybe too.
In Philly, I think it was in Philly. It was like towards the end of JJ's career where I think he thought he was going to get. I don't know.
Something. There's something that I heard it. Maybe it was on the LeBron podcast. Yeah. So what are you thinking here?
So all right, 43.5. I wanted to go. I was thinking before I saw the number, I'm like, oh, I'll go under. But 43.5 is low number, considering they won 47. I think they'll win 45. So I went over just kind of by default. Because like, all right, they're not going to be bad. Yeah. LeBron is still LeBron. He's also pretty good in starting 5 too. But yeah.
Plus his son's there, so I think he'll be like obviously almost as good as LeBron.
Look at me, son.
Give me 48. A pretty solid over. They're going to be good. I don't know why I trust JJ right now. I trust JJ, and I feel like he's got the vibes are up. They're going to be running. They're going to be running wild sets. They're not going to be doing 2-for-1s.
It's almost like you kind of trust JJ because he's not going to he's not going to hamstring anything, right?
Yeah, he's going to let him run wild.
Hamstring anything.
Not going to Darvin hamstring it up.
He's going to let LeBron basically coach the team from the floor.
Yeah, well, I don't know about
some general structure, but it's going to be a lot more free.
Yeah,
a lot more free.
And they're going to be shooting a lot more threes. I think they're going to be solid.
Be sipping wine in the locker room, slurping
it up,
slurping the wine,
slurping that Syrah. I'm with Titus too. I think it's an over. I guess I'm with Chris too. 48 though. I mean, it's like a 46. It's like a 46.
Okay. All right, the Houston Rockets.
This one's tough.
Excuse me. 43.5. Last year it was 35. It was 31.5. They won 41. I went slightly over last year. I was going to want to get this. They were a 9-game improvement last year. Still had the 3rd overall pick with Reed Shepherd coming to the team, the favorite to be the best rookie of this draft in the next 5 years, according to the GM survey. They still have Red Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks. They had a hot start last year and then kind of tailed off.
Ending then too, right? Because they made a big push at the end. They almost knocked the Warriors out.
That's right. So it's just a rough middle. 43.5. This is like the opposite for me with the Lakers. I thought I would go over on the Rockets, but 43.5 feels high considering where they were. And a lot of young guys. I'm still not a big Jalen Green guy. For those reasons, I went 42. I just went slightly under.
But you're an Alperen Şengün guy.
Big Şengün fan, but he might get. I don't know, man. Was he gonna get traded? Or are they gonna trade Jalen? I'm interested to see what happens there.
Ime Udoka. That seems interesting.
Oh man, how many wins do I got left down there?
204.
204. Oh, okay.
204.
204.
You got plenty. Got plenty of wins.
Plenty of wins. I'm gonna have to start peppering these out here, though. Do I want to do this here? Give me 45 and lock it in. They're going over. They want to win. Ime Udoka wants to win. They got veterans. They want to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think they think they're ready to win. The rest of the conference and league probably doesn't believe that either, but they've done enough. Like they didn't sign Van Vliet for that money to just kind of continue being mid. Although 45 wins
will be
kind of mid. I'm taking the over 2. Give me 46. I think they're on par with the Lakers. Like they could beat it. They could miss it. It could just kind of be a crapshoot. But
do you want to lock it in?
No.
All right. It's funny to see the lock like this, but it's
not a good lock. It's not a good lock team. I think there's too much flux in that.
I know. This is a a very scary lock for me, but I don't know why.
He's following his Celtics fandom, right? He's still.
No, I don't like Udoka. No, Udoka's out for me. We're all in on crazy guy, Missoula.
Jesus Missoula.
Jesus Missoula.
The Golden State Warriors here at 43.5. Last year, they were the third highest win total at 48.5. They won 46. Clay's gone. Draymond is still there. Brandon Podziemski is going to get a big bump in minutes. They brought over Buddy Hield, who seems to who's probably going to play for like 12 teams by the time his career is over because that guy can shoot, but people realize that he can't actually play defense. He's a turnstile. I want them to be good. Stephen Curry's everyone's favorite player. He's great. And I wanted to go under, or I wanted to go over, but I don't. There's so much competition in the West. I just went the slightest of under out of respect for Curry at 43.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. I don't know why this just doesn't feel right to me. This feels like an off year. I'm with you. I want Steph to be on a good team in his twilight years. I don't think this is one of them. Give me 42 so he can make his way to LeBron in LA. Please.
This team's done. This is the implosion season. I think it's over. It's under for me, and it's under by a lot. It's their 37 win team.
Wow.
Lock it.
Lock it.
Wow.
That's
a lock. I would have been so bummed out if he didn't lock
Print the shirts.
I think they're done.
I thought you were going to say 38. I was like, it's a good move. But 37, even one more. Yeah, it's not there, man. I don't know. It's not there.
There's nothing left. There's
nothing left. This does have implosion written all over it, right?
Like they have cheated on implosion for the past 2 seasons. Ever since they won, right?
Yeah.
And whatever, 21, 22.
Yeah.
They've been teetering on this. It was the Draymond punch, then it was Clay. Like they're
now he's gone.
There. Well, it's crazy because you thought with drafting Moody, Kuminga, Wiseman, and Poole developing that they had the whole next generation ready.
Yeah, and they screwed it up, and then everything else fell off the side. Right, you lost Clay. Draymond has become nothing.
Yeah, he's a nothing. When do they play the Mavs? Anybody know when they play the Mavs yet?
I'm sure it's out there.
I feel like that's going to be like this pivotal moment in their season. It's going to be the high point of the season. Whenever that first game was with the Mavs, whether they win or lose, and then it's all going to crumble from there. Like up until that first Mavs game, I think they're going to be solid.
They play them November 12th in a NBA Cup group stage game.
That's the first time they play them is in a cup game. Okay.
Wow.
According to Google, that's exactly what it is.
Thank you, Google.
Who wins that? Does the Mavs win that game? Mavs win that game. That's it, right? And then that's the moment Clay's,
that's Clay's game, right? Everybody thinks Clay, look at, he's back. It was Golden State's fault. And then Clay falls off by Christmas and the Warriors never recover.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Storyline.
They write themselves.
What a sad. This one way sadder than I thought it would. This is depressing.
It's not sad.
We just all went in on those Warriors here. Yeah, that's what happens. This is what happens, Larry.
All right. The Los Angeles Clippers. This is the team I thought we would be even sadder about than the Warriors. But I guess because one time the Warriors were high, the Clips never really did anything. They doubled down on the Clips name this year. Derrick Jones Jr. went to this team. Paul George is out. Not exactly a one for one replacement there, but that's what they got. James Harden is on this team still. James Harden is going to probably be the leader of this team because Kawhi.
Yeah.
What is Kawhi? I don't understand. Like the leadership skill of Kawhi is.
He's quiet.
Get more, but he should get more hate for his leadership style than he does being a superstar. Being because he wants to be it, like with the New Balance deal, how he kind of carries himself. He mentioned how like nobody has stood out to him at practice, and that was the end of that question. That's one way to go about it. There's also another way to be like, hey, Terrence Mann's been looking pretty good. Bones Highland has some moments here. I like you can say something. I don't know, man. Like just the fact that he gave him nothing.
I'm not seeing it.
I have no faith in this team. And I think the fact that he's good was gone like 6 years ago, right? And he's not gonna play more than 60 games again.
No,
I have him at 35. I kind of wanted to go even fewer, but I'm locking in at an under.
Locking it in a lower.
Like it.
Give me 38. I'm not quite as committed to how bad this team is going to be, but they are going to be bad. And I can't wait for it.
I think that Kawhi is going to be one of those guys from like our generation that is like he's top 75. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but like we're not going to remember him. Like no one's going to like remember Kawhi.
Yeah, he had to be there.
Like there was that like brief moment with the Spurs, the championship in Toronto, and then after that, it's been like, dude, this guy just went places and took teams' money and literally handicapped the team till he decided to move somewhere else. I mean, he did it in San Antonio, right? Like he kind of screwed them over. Then he screwed over Toronto in a way. They got the title, but he kind of left them high and dry. And the same thing's happening in Los Angeles. I think it's under as well. It's right in the middle of Chris and Titus, so like 36. It's fine.
36.
36 and a half. Yeah,
can I have a half?
You said the middle.
Random question that I just thought of while you were talking, Joey. Who's going to be remembered worse of these three? Harden, Durant, and Kawhi.
Like as the worst player of the
like who's gonna have their legacy the most tarnished? I feel like all three of those guys. You go back 7-8 years. We're talking about those three guys as like the best players in the league. Along with Steph and LeBron.
It's gonna be Harden, I think.
You think it's gonna be Harden because he never really got there.
He never got a title.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point because he never got the title. I was gonna say Kawhi because we're not gonna hear from him. It's gonna be like a Duncan thing where Duncan
and then he's just
like not getting appreciated because he's
Durant hate for the Warriors thing. Like that's not
gonna
stick.
I think people are over
the younger. I remember the younger generation doesn't care.
They don't care. Okay.
The younger generation loves it because the Warriors were their team. Like that was right.
Oh yeah.
Steph was selling shoes. Steph was Under Armour. Like that was the thing.
Harden's
gonna get the hate because everybody's gonna remember all the annoying shit that Harden did.
Yeah,
like Kawhi went and takes money from teams, but he's never done anything that right. Durant really hasn't either. He's never been like a bad teammate, kind of like powdered, like sat out, like
that's true. That's a really good point.
And like Harden with the Houston thing, like he didn't show up for training camp and then showed up like super overweight and then
had suit on.
Yeah, I was gonna hold out, but then he was just like, I think Harden he's gonna be the guy.
All right. Well, I like it. I think I agree.
All right. We got the San Antonio Spurs here at 36.5. Last year, they were the lowest over-under win total team at 28.5. They won 22. We all went under last year. We were all right. Congrats to us. 36 is a tall order. I originally had this as an over. I am pumped for Wemby, Chris Paul, Devin Vassell, who has been in this league for like 5 or 6 years or 4 or 5 years, I feel like, who just signed a max contract. I think I've seen him play like for 5 minutes, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who he is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know.
Sure, the name.
Devin Vassell. I've seen the name a lot. They're like he's really good. He averages 20. I know Keldon Johnson, but Devin Vassell, maybe he was hurt every time I put on. Anyways, I had him at 42, but then I'm like, I don't know if they would beat the Rockets or even the Warriors this year. And I just had to go slightly under at 35. I even want to go more, but like problem with this kind of team is what Utah did to me for so long is I don't know if they're actually going to try to win for the full season. And for that reason, I had to go slightly under.
Yeah, this is an interesting team because I'm with you. I wanted like the number that was in my head was like 40. And I just feel like that's crazy when you're talking about 22 wins last season. Like an 18 game, but like you said, there's going to be swings. Give me the over at 38 wins. I think they're going to be a solid team. I just trust Wemby. I just trust him.
This line feels really good. The 36.5 was pretty solid. So I'll take the slight under, but 36, I think they're right around there.
This is a tough
team, but
this is a tough one.
We are right. We are right in line.
They could have won a lot more games last year, I think, if they actually cared to win them.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
You start giving them that little extra juice, 38, 40, you start going, I don't know about that. But then if you go under, you're like 34? That feels not right either. It's a great line.
Yeah, this is weird. All right, Utah Jazz. They've been trying to be bad for like 2 or 3 years. They won the Gobert trade and the Donovan Mitchell trade. Congrats, guys! You're still terrible. They signed Lauri Markkanen to a max because they couldn't trade him for what they wanted to the Warriors. He almost went to the Warriors, I guess. I don't know. Walker Kessler got dunked on twice, back-to-back possessions from Cam Whitmore in the Houston preseason game the other night. So, congrats to the Rudy replacement. God, I feel good. That felt really good saying that. Last year, they were 35.5 over under. They won 31. I had them as an over lock last year because I used to like this team because I thought they had a lot of guys. They probably still do. Taylor Hendricks is a person that plays for this team that I've heard is pretty good. And actually, with all my hate, I still went over because the 29.5 is low. So I just went slightly over 31.
Give me an under. Give me 25. This team sucks.
I agree. This team sucks. Lauri Markkanen is fine. If the All-Star game 2 years ago wasn't in Utah, would he have been as big of a story as he was? He had a good season, but the story was that he made the All-Star team.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And he barely made it.
It was in Utah.
It was the last guy because it was in Utah. I feel like if anywhere else he wasn't on it. It's an under for me. It's a 23 under.
Oh, wow.
23.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it.
Do you guys see what's happening here? Look at the math.
I
Titus
see.
has got. I see where it's coming. It's going to work out really good for Titus.
Now I just thought, this is perfect.
The Portland Trailblazers. They are 28.5 last year. They won 21 games. Joey, you liked this team last year.
I did. I was such a
41.5 lock.
Right.
41-point lock. It's tough. We've all been there.
Whatever. Titus's Grizzlies pick was worse. So I can live on that.
I mean, I had the Utah lock. I should have mentioned my apology. I had Utah as a lock. I did say that. No, I was wrong. So I'm over this.
We're all wrong.
Anyway, we're all wrong sometimes. Some more than others. Portland Trailblazers. Chauncey Billups came out and said that Denny Avdija is the best player on this team.
It's probably not wrong.
Scoot Henderson, Shannon Sharp, Anthony Simons, DeAndre Ayton, Jeremy Grant. That's 5 guys that are supposed to be guys.
Yeah.
And we have Denny Avdija. I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce the name.
Is it with a G?
It's a J-A. Avdija, right?
Avdija.
Anyways, who cares? Who cares? This team sucks. I think Shannon Sharp's already hurt. I don't care. They're 18. This is another lock for me. I'm doing 3 locks, guys. I got 3 locks.
3 locks.
Shit.
3 locks. You know what? Just because of the magic that I wanted to pick this number and I somehow mathematically got to it.
Beautiful.
And give me 16 and lock it in.
Amazing. It's amazing.
This team sucks. It's my analysis of the Blazers. What's up with Scoot, man?
Now I could leave some wins on the table here.
You might want to do that.
And join you guys at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
You might want to do that.
Or I could roll the dice again. I mean, 23 wins is not a lot. Let's be honest. You get 23, getting 16, 18 wins is even the Pistons didn't win that.
Still
Blazers over 2 years in a row.
Dude. 23 wins is 59 losses. It's not a good year.
Yeah, give me it. Let's lock it.
Right.
We'll just all
look at us.
Look at us lock it in.
Give me the
Wait, you locked in okay, because
you locked in the over.
You locked in the over.
He's gonna fade away.
Back-to-back years for the
lock years over for the Blazers.
That's how you do it.
I feel like we should bet if you lose this one, you should have to go watch a Portland game by yourself. Actually, I know a guy that did that. He
doesn't sound all that bad.
Yeah. Anyways,
haven't been watching Portland. I don't think.
If I could go to Portland and watch a game of myself, that sounds lovely.
I don't know if you're not
it
really.
Can't be a Bulls game.
I don't know if you'd be a Portland guy though. Portland's probably one of the cities that you would hate more than
you're not. Portland's not your vibe. I don't think.
I'm not going to go wander around the city. I'm going to fly in and watch the game and get out.
You watch the Portland, Memphis.
Buy a cool PDX jersey,
PDX.
Portland, Memphis would be great. Go see John in person. That wouldn't be that bad.
That'd be
fun.
Would
be cool.
See, you guys have created a great trip. Thank you.
Maybe Scoot will actually be good now. Who cares? It doesn't matter. This team sucks.
This team sucks. That's our analysis of the night. This team sucks. We did it. We did it. And somehow we did not leave any games on the board.
Look at us.
Look at us picking over unders. This will all be blown up in a couple of
probably
weeks.
Wouldn't have gotten there if we without him.
Was it for my
without your
formulas, my Google Drive formulas? There we go.
Well, next week we will be drafting teams, so that should be fun for you guys to check out. But that wraps us up for over unders. That wraps us up for today. Follow us on social media at the Box Out Boys. Slide in those DMs. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on YouTube and Spotify. Very much appreciate that. So for the rest of the boys, until next time, Box Out.